Uncut, uncensored truth right here on ISBC Truth Channel with your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host,
Sister Smith Baby.
Sister Smith Baby. And if you are new to this channel, you just stumble across this channel. If this is your first time here, stay a while. All you have to do is simply hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button, it is a bell. Hit that bell so you'll be notified when we drop this breaking news on you. Next to that, there is a like button. Hit that like button so we can stay lit. Hit that like button so we can stay lit. Now, about this guy right here. This guy came in an era, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s, when the Black Power movement was going strong. And Arrested Development was another a group that was pushing that Black Power movement. Arrested Development, I think Nappy Roots, you know what I'm saying? Public Enemy. Yeah, Public Enemy as well. Afrika Bambaataa, KRS-One, Miss Melody, and all of the album, all of the artists that was on the album Self-Destruction. You know what I'm saying? They always pushing that Black Power stuff. They always pushing that Mother Africa stuff. You know what I'm saying? That Africa is the motherland. Africa this, Africa that. You guys got to understand something. You know what I'm saying? Black medallions. You know what I'm saying? Notice they was pushing black medallions heavy. Not only black medallions, also medallions with the symbol of the country Africa. And they have particular colors within the picture of the land Africa in your medallion. And you had flags. You had Negroes with flags with the colors. You know what I'm saying? These black, the red, the black, and the green. These colors represent something, people. This is not your culture. But this is why these De La Soul members was picked to push this agenda on the black population. And all of these other black conscious idiots was chosen and signed by the enemy to push this black conscious agenda on the black community. Colors. The colors mean something, people. And I'm going to have Sister Smith explain to you what the black means. Because black, you know what I'm saying? We was wearing black medallions. What are we wearing medallions for? We're not from Africa. What are we wearing medallions for? With the picture of Africa on it. That's not our land. And why are we so intrigued in these colors? The red, the black, and the green. I'm going to have Sister Smith take the floor and explain to you what deities you are worshiping when you are embracing these colors associated with Africa. Because these celebrities and these rappers and these artists is there to mislead you and to get you to pour your energy into these deities to make somebody else rich. And you stay poor. Somebody else is getting rich, you staying poor. You wonder why you're poor? Because your energy is going into these deities, which the people behind these deities is the one that's getting rich, while you stay poor. So, let's go ahead and hear that. And it's not a, well, before I get into the De La Soul, we're going to have Sister Smith go ahead and explain to you these colors. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
Okay, again, yesterday we did an article about
Summer Walker, and she talking about she's doing voodoo rituals to ward off evil spirits. I never heard of you doing a voodoo ritual that's conjuring up an evil spirit to take away an evil spirit. Never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? Sister Smith. Are you, listen, Sister Smith, if you got a cold, are you going to have somebody else with a cold sneeze on you to take away your cold that you got?
No.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You are on drugs. And you're on crack. So you want to get off of crack. So how you get off of crack? By smoking more crack. Does that make sense, Sister Smith?
No, it don't.
It don't. So what is Summer Walker talking about? She's going to do a voodoo ritual to cleanse herself of evil spirits. Voodoo is evil. So you are going to do voodoo to get rid of voodoo. It don't make a lick of sense, Summer Walker. But you're going to get this truth right here. This truth right here. So Sister Smith was telling you about Summer Walker and her voodoo ritual. So I'm gonna leave it with that. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
So she had a doll, and the doll was dressed in yellow. She had yellow flowers all around her. Well, the deity that represents that color is called Oshun.
Yeah, that Oshun is the deity that represents that color. Is called Oshun. It's a false deity which don't have no power unless you give energy to it. Go ahead.
And there's a deity called Shango, which his color represents red.
Shango's color represents red. Case in point, why Rihanna was dressed in red at the Super Bowl halftime. You know what I'm saying? This is Africa, people. The Bible says in the book of... Matter of fact, Sister Smith, put that article down and just get the book of Deuteronomy. No, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. This is Africa, people. And you guys got to understand when these when these celebrities is putting out this music or putting out whatever they putting out, you got to pay attention. Because if you giving energy to these African deities, you're going to always find yourself in desperate need of help. And you're going to always find the people that is pushing it is always going to be pushing it because that's what enriches them. So now, we're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68 real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. You know what I'm saying? That's America. Because in 70 A.D., when we went into Africa, we did not go into Africa with ships in 70 A.D. We walked into Africa. So this book, this prophecy right here in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, is speaking about another Egypt. Another Egypt. That's America. We went into America on ships. What tribes went into America? The three southern tribes. That's Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's the Haitians, the Jamaicans, and the Haitians, Jamaicans, and the Negroes have went into Egypt with ships. In Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 68. Now, we're going to go to Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. For all you people who say that, oh, America is not Egypt. I just explained it to you in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 68. Now we are going to confirm that in Revelation 11, verse 8. Revelation 11, 8, go ahead.
Okay, just a minute.
Mm-hmm. And then we have to do this and go into scripture so that you guys can understand what is going on in the earth, and then you can show and you can see why they push these African deities and colors through these celebrities to influence you to worship them, to idolize them, so that your energy can go into them so that they can stay more into power. So I'm showing you what to do to regain your power back. I'm showing what you are to do in order to regain your power, your energy back, and you can prosper. You want to prosper? You want a blessing? Well, this is the way you get a blessing. You don't give energy unto these false deities. Now, Revelation 11:8.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Now, see, it says spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, not physically. We was already in physical Egypt. We left physical Egypt thanks to Moses and the Most High. This right here is a spiritual Egypt. And Sodom, because you know what goes on in Sodom. See? And it says they're dead bodies. You are dead if you don't have the Spirit of the Lord in you. That's what makes you dead. Either you are going to be dead or you're going to be alive. The Bible says the Spirit quickens you. To be quickened is to be made alive. So you are dead unless you have the Spirit of the Lord in you. If you don't have the Spirit of the Lord in you, you are dead, getting carried away by these different lies that the elites put before you through these celebrities. Now, we got that clear. Now let's go back to these deity colors, Sister Smith. I'm sorry to take you through that, but I had to explain that. So now go ahead.
Okay, and the green color represents Ogun, who is a deity that deals with the forest.
See that? So the red, the black, and the green. There you have it right there. Africa's colors. The red, the black, and the green. What was they pushing back in the 80s and the 90s? The red, the black, and the green. And they said that that was us. No, that's these deities. Go ahead.
And the black represents Ishu. The blue represents Yemayah.
Jay-Z's color is blue. You know what I'm saying? You know, so forth and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Come on. These are deities that you are not to. And once you see these celebrities pushing it, you got to understand that your energy is being drained. And you wonder why your life is in shambles because you got no energy. You will be considered a corpse because that's what they do. They take your energy. It's energy stealing. It's all about energy. Because these demons wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for the elites paying these celebrities to push these colors and to push this energy stealing ritual on you. That's what makes them hot, by taking it from you. It's robbing from Peter to pay Paul. They robbing you of your energy to pay themselves.
And they got candles, and you might see these candles. They're called the 7 African power candles. You'll see white layer, green layer, purple layer, and those are 7 African power. You do a ritual with that to get whatever you're asking for.
Did you hear that? So if you going to get candles, you better get some damn plain candles. You know what I'm saying? Don't be getting all them different colors because you think it looks cute. Don't deal with African philosophies. Don't deal with these African spiritualists. Now that we got that out the way, these De La Soul members just got their publishing and their music back from Tommy Boy Records. After years and years of fighting Tommy Boy Records for their publishing. Just last year, I think it was last year, they just got their publishing and their masters from Tommy Boy Records. And all of a sudden, this member dies, and then just a couple of weeks later, their music is now going to be streamed on the platform. Does that make sense to you? One dies just so that they can make money again. Because they haven't been making money, Because Tommy Boy had their publishing and their masters, and you know what I'm saying? And now they finally can be independent. The members that's left can finally be independent and get all of their money from their streams and everything in a few days, in a few weeks, because it'll be available for you to stream on social media. So, let's go ahead and read this article, Sister Smith.
Okay. They also, David, a.k.a. Trugor, the Dove, dead at 54. David Gallagher, also known as David the Trugor, the Dove, who was one of the 3 founding members of De La Soul. He has died. Sources familiar with the situation tells TMZ the rapper passed away Sunday at a hospital in Maryland. No other details.
The rapper passed away suddenly at a hospital in Maryland on Sunday. So, sun worship again. You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians worship the sun. This is an African god, the sun. You know what I'm saying? So sun worship, the same deity that Nick Cannon sacrificed his boy to. You know what I'm saying? On Sunday as well. You know what I'm saying? So he died on Sunday, and just a couple of weeks later, they're about to, you know what I'm saying, you're about to be able to listen to their music on the streaming platforms. If that's not telling you plain out that this was a ritual, I don't know what is. But go ahead.
No other details, including a potential cause, has been released. But we're told his death appeared to be from natural causes and that he was battling an undisclosed illness.
Now, what is natural causes? Because if you read the book of Genesis, being that we fell, being that Eve, you know what I'm saying, went to Satan in the garden and we fell, the Most High God says man's life expectancy shall live to 120. 120. That is the length of a man's life. Now, after a man reached 120 and then he died, then that would be natural causes, wouldn't it, Sister Smith?
Yes.
Exactly. So when a man dies at 54, that's not natural causes. You know what I'm saying? When a man dies from diabetes, that's not natural causes. When a man dies from cancer, that's not natural causes. When a man dies from these elements of this earth and these diseases, that's not natural causes. That's him dying prematurely. But anyway, it said he died from natural causes, but they said he was suffering from an illness. Which one is it, people? Did he die from natural causes, or was he suffering from an illness? I mean, do not the devil talk with a forked tongue, Sister Smith?
Yes, he do.
Out of one mouth, he said he died from natural causes. Out of the next mouth, he said he was suffering from an illness. They can't make up their mind. Anyway, go ahead.
De La Soul's official social account have yet to say anything about Dave Ditto or the other 2 members and their own pages. Kevin Mercer.
Listen, Kevin Mercer, that's a disease. Go ahead.
And Vincent Mason.
And Vincent Mason, you know, Freemasonry. So listen to these people's last name. Mason, Masonry. Mercer, that's a disease. And Ditto. What does Ditto mean, Sister Smith?
The same, like if you say, Sister Smith, you've been such a good person and I like Ditto. That means so have you.
So have you. Same to you. So we have Kevin Mason, Masonry. Vincent Mason and Kevin Mercer, you know what I'm saying, that's a disease, and Ditto, same to you. You know what I'm saying? You can tell these people was picked for this job. Go ahead.
Dave was deal has since the beginning, getting together in 87 and going on to crank out some of the most famous rap songs of all times. The group went on an incredible 3-album run through the 90s, with 2 of those being certified platinum.
Now, just jump down to where it says the music is about to be streamed in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Now just jump down to that. That's what we want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole reason for this 3rd member of this group to go off and be sacrificed to the sun. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason. The whole reason is for the other 2 to enjoy the success of their music and don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, the enemy with their hands in their pockets.
Let me see. Wait a minute.
It's like the last little verses.
Yeah, okay. Gotta go back. Okay, now let me see.
Just scroll on down to the bottom. It's like the last little verses.
Okay, the 3 of their songs have been nominated for Grammy over the years, with one of those a smash hit collab with the Gorillaz with Feel Good and Court, actually winning Best Pop Collaborators. Let me see. Their music has been hard to listen to in recent years for one reason or another. Nobody has been able to stream their stuff on major platform, but a deal was recently linked that'll finally allow their classic tune to be played in masses starting next month.
Starting next month. So starting in March, starting the beginning of the year, they are able to now, because now they got their publishing, now they got their, you know what I'm saying, they got their masters, so now they are going to receive 100% of their money when their music starts to stream next month. Congratulations to Dum Dum Bells. You sacrifice your friend just so that you can get more money. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. A deal recently been linked. That's what he said. Recently been linked because their music have not been able to be streamed. But so, if you guys listen to this Dum Dum's music, you know what I'm saying, when they drop it, and you support their Dum Dums when they drop it, then you are co-signing the death of their friend. Because that's what they killed their friend for. Anyway, that's news. Want to thank you all for tuning in, logging on to another edition of ISBC Truth Channel, right here on ISBC Truth, with your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host,
Sister Smith, baby.
Sister Smith, baby. And if you are new to this channel, you just stumbled across the channel, if this is your first time here, stay a while. All you have to do is simply hit that subscribe button. Next to that subscribe button is a bell. Hit that bell so you'll be notified when we drop this breaking news on you. Next to that is a like button. Hit that like button so we can stay lit all day, every day. On to the next.